Tell me what's the difference between you and me? We're one and the same.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Nikki here. So today I have this makeup look. It is my no foundation makeup look. So I've got absolutely no foundation on my skin right now, just a little bit of concealer and a couple of other products. This would probably be perfect with it just being summer. I'm usually an all or nothing person, so I'm completely out of my comfort zone. Either I wear no makeup whatsoever or I'm pretty full beat. There isn't usually an in-between, but this would be great for you guys that are going to school and you can't wear a lot of makeup, or it's just for every single day like work and you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. I think this is really simple, really easy. I believe it's achievable in about 10 minutes. It didn't take me that long at all. So if you want to see how I achieved this makeup look, this natural makeup look without any foundation, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm just going to be starting off with the MAC Fast Response Eye Cream. I'm going to take a couple of pumps of this and pop it with my ring finger like I usually do underneath my eyes, just to prime my under eyes and keep them hydrated, because we are going to be popping on a little bit of concealer. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to pop on a little bit of MAC's lip conditioner just to condition my lips. My lips have been terribly dry recently. I don't actually know why, but this just keeps them quite moist, you know what I mean, quite hydrated, and it just conditions them at the same time. Now, because I really haven't been wanting to wear foundation, it's so hot outside, I am boiling and I literally just sweat down my T-zone, so anything that I'm going to put on is just going to come off anyway. What I've been doing is I've been mixing my NIVEA Soft Refreshingly Soft Moisturizing Cream, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of MELANIE MILLS Hollywood Sonjrandelux Deluxe in Peach Deluxe. Now this is beautiful because it has this kind of peachy gold iridescence glow to it, which is really nice, and mixing it with the moisturizer just kind of dilutes it a little bit and it gives me an overall glow to the skin. So I'm going to be popping that all over the face after I mixed it, and also onto my neck and chest area. So I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but this combo together has made my skin look so plump. It's made it look so hydrated. It's given me a nice fresh summer glow, and it's just added a bit of oomph to my skin without really putting any product on it. Now naturally my brows are actually quite full, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to just start off by cleaning them and brushing them through with a spoolie. Now, to fill in some of the sparse gaps in my brows, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette, and I'm just going to take this in small strokes and just fill in any gaps that I feel I have, or where I just want to kind of thicken, and then I'll brush it through with a spoolie on the other end. This is amazing because I feel like this is a dupe for all of them expensive twist up brow pencils that you know you're going to go through really quickly and you have to repurchase it. Now, to set my brows into place, I'm going to be using the ICONIC Brow Gel Style and Define. I actually really like this because it's a tinted brow gel, so I'm just going to brush it through my brow hairs. You could use this without the pencil and it would give you just a very, very natural brow. It's just going to tint the natural brow hairs, make them appear thicker, and tint them a darker colour as well. So I'm just going to brush that straight through and set them in place. For concealer, I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, just because I feel like this is a little bit more lightweight than what I usually use, which is a Pro Longwear Concealer, so therefore I feel like it will blend out into my skin quite nicely. I'm going to be using the shade Caramel, and I'm not going to be applying too much, or I'm going to try and stop myself from applying too much because I don't want this to look like a mask on the face. I still want it to look natural. So we're going to apply a little bit of this, and then I'm going to just blend it out with a damp beauty blender. Okay, now that my under eyes are concealed, I did go a little bit heavier because I just couldn't take it being so natural. I'm just going to take the excess product that's on the beauty blender and just blend it over my upper lip, because I do have pigmentation there, so I don't want it to be too big a contrast. I'm going to be adding a touch of ICONIC.LONDON Illuminator, and I'm going to be dotting this on to the high points of my skin, and that would be just like the cheekbones, the nose area, the cupid's bow, and on the sides of my forehead. And then I'm just going to be blending that out, and this is going to give us a natural glow, a natural dewy skin, a glow from within. Now, to further highlight the skin, I'm going to be using a little bit of MAC's Global Glow. The reason why I'm using a Global Glow is because it's quite similar to my skin tone. It's a little bit darker, and it's not a very gold highlight that you're going to be able to really see. It's not too bright or pearly. It's just going to add a nice sheen to the skin, which is still going to make it look very natural. Just to tone it down a little bit for you guys that I know will be saying that it's a bit too much, just take your damp beauty blender with the excess product of the concealer on that side, and then you can just buff over it, over all of the highlight, and it just kind of tones it down a little bit. So I played around with the idea of putting Ardell Wispies on because I thought it'd look quite natural with the look. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm not going to put any falsies on. I wasn't really even going to put mascara on, but I'm going to put a touch of the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara just to add a bit of colour to my lashes. I feel like my eyelids, because they're pigmented, already act like an eyeshadow anyway naturally. So I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara just to lift my lashes. Now once you put the mascara on your top lashes, I'm going to put a little bit of eyeshadow on my lower lash line. The reason why I'm going to do this is just going to give the illusion that my lashes on the bottom are thicker, and I'm not going to put any product on them. Now to do that, I'm going to be using the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Are You Kitten Me with a MAC 221 brush, and I'm just going to smolder out my lower lash line. Now I always like to do this because I feel like, I don't know what it is, when you've got concealer here, and even if you've got not that much concealer or a little bit of concealer, and you do have dark circles, it kind of just creates the illusion that they're not there. I don't know if I'm making sense to you guys, but I just like to do this. It just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. Now because there is such a lack of colour on my skin at the moment, I feel like I just need a little bit of rosiness here. So I'm going to go in to my MAC Peachy Keen. I've got a mixture of colours here, and I'm going to be using a Peachy Keen, and I'm just going to dust this using just an Angle Sigma brush F40 on the apples of my cheeks, concentrating a lot of colour there, and then just dusting it upwards towards my temple area. Now because the Peachy Keen has an iridescent sparkle to it, it kind of highlights and just lifts as well, and you can see that here. So it looks very natural and rosy from within. Now for lips, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Endless Semi-Permanent Auto Lip Liner in the shade Natural, and I'm just going to line my lips to start off with. It's very close to my natural lip colour, so I'm just going to define them and give them a little bit of shape. Once that's done, I'm going to go in just with a little bit of MAC's lipstick in the shade Shy Shine, and this is a luster finish, so it's more of a gloss with a hint of colour. It's a really nice sort of pinky peachy tone, so we're just going to add this to give ourselves more of a glossier lip. Now just to finish everything off, I'm going to use a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to douse myself in this just to make sure that everything really settles into the skin and it looks as natural as possible. So that is it guys for this no foundation makeup look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Leave all your comments and questions down below. I do get back to every single one of you, or I try to anyway. And that is it guys. I'll see you in my next video. I love you guys so very much. Mwah.
Tell me what's the difference between you and me? We're one and the